The opening round of MotoGP 2025 in Thailand is the perfect opportunity for Marc Marquez to prove that he is still one of the best riders in the world. Making his debut with the Ducati factory team, Marquez put in an exceptional performance with a brilliant victory that not only surprised his rivals but also saw him equal Casey Stoner's legendary 18-year record. This victory has further fueled speculation that a 9th world title is now within his grasp. But can Marquez maintain his momentum and dominate this season in an increasingly competitive field? Let's discuss it in depth. In the race at the Buriram circuit, Marc Marquez achieved an extraordinary feat, becoming the first rider since Casey Stoner in 2007 to win his debut race with Ducati. This victory is not just another trophy for Marquez, but a monumental achievement that establishes him as a real threat this season. In 2007, Casey Stoner, still riding for Ducati, then considered an underdog, stole the world's attention by winning the inaugural series in Qatar. His impressive form continued with 3 wins from the first 4 races, eventually leading him to the World Championship title. Now, more than a decade later, Ducati have become a dominant force in MotoGP, and Marquez's victory in Thailand underlined just how strong a combination he and the Italian team have become. The victory not only matched Stoner's achievement, but also made history for Marquez. This was his first victory in the opening series of the season since 2014, a long period filled with challenges, injuries, and struggles to return to his best form. The result also saw Marquez return to the top of the World Championship standings after 93 races, a number symbolically identical to his race number, 93. This victory also served as a warning to his rivals. With a quick adaptation to the Ducati bike and his speed back to its best, Marquez is now one of the strongest contenders for the title this season. If this positive trend continues, it is not out of the question that he will once again make history as a world champion with a new manufacturer, something that only a handful of riders in MotoGP history have been able to do. Marc Marquez's road to victory in Buriram was not as easy as it seemed. Starting from pole position, he immediately showed his dominance from Saturday's sprint race, where he led the race from start to finish with little interference. His speed and consistency made it difficult for his rivals to catch up, showing that despite the challenges he has faced over the last few seasons, Marquez is still capable of exceptional performances. Sunday's main race will be a different story. The Buriram track, which demands physical endurance and a mature race strategy, presents its own challenges for Marquez. One of the biggest obstacles he faces is the worry about tire pressure, which could result in a penalty. Every rider must maintain tire pressure according to the regulations, and the slightest infraction can be fatal to a rider's chances of winning. To avoid this risk, Marquez has chosen to play it safe with clever tactics. Midway through the race, Marquez made a conscious decision to hand over the lead to his younger brother, Alex Marquez. This decision was not only a matter of strategy, but also part of his efforts to regulate the rhythm of the race, so as not to burn the tires too much from the start. The fierce battle between the two brothers became a very interesting spectacle for the fans. Not only the spectators were excited, but also their own families. Father Julia Marquez could not hide his emotions as he watched his sons compete so closely on the track. "My heart exploded on Saturday and it exploded again on Sunday," he said in an interview with Sky Sports, describing the drama of the duel between his 2 children. Alex Marquez, who put in an impressive performance, did not waste the opportunity to put pressure on his brother. He continued to follow Marc with a time difference of less than a second, showing that he is capable of being a serious threat in the fight for the highest podium. However, Marc's experience and intelligence came to the fore at crucial moments. In the last few laps, he began to gradually increase his pace, reading the situation well, and eventually managed to leave Alex behind. In typical style, Marquez crossed the line as the winner, confirming that he is still one of the best riders in MotoGP. This victory in Buriram is proof that Marc Marquez still has a champion's mentality, despite the obstacles he has faced throughout his career. The road to victory was not always smooth, but with strategy, confidence, and the ability to read the situation, Marquez once again proved his class on the track. The competition within the Ducati team is heating up with the presence of Marc Marquez, who immediately showed his fangs on track. Meanwhile, Alex Marquez also put in an impressive performance, giving the Ducati team 2 serious contenders at the top. On the other hand, defending champion Francesco Bagnaia found it difficult to keep up with the speed of the Marquez brothers. At the start of the fierce race, Bagnaia was in second place, trying to keep his chances alive. However, as the race progressed, he began to lose momentum and was unable to put up any significant resistance. Marquez's extraordinary performance forced Bagnaia to settle for watching his opponent pull away. "I tried everything, but it's like watching a movie where I'm just a spectator. I was behind them, trying to get closer, but I couldn't do it," said Bagnaia with a disappointed tone. He admitted that Marc Marquez had a much more mature strategy and was able to control the race very intelligently. According to Bagnaia, one of the most striking things was how Marquez was able to control the rhythm of the race so efficiently. "When he decided to pick up the pace, in just 3 laps he had given me a gap of up to 2.3 seconds. That shows how much faster he is than me. I have a lot to learn and improve my skills to close the gap in the next race," he added. The key moment of the race came on lap 23 when Marc Marquez, who had been behind Alex Marquez, made a brilliant move to take the lead. His aggressive action confirmed that he was not only able to adapt to the Ducati, but also to dominate with the new bike. The maneuver also dispelled the doubts of many who had questioned Marquez's ability to adapt to the Ducati after years on a Honda. With his extraordinary performance, Marquez is now increasingly showing that he is a serious threat for the title this season. The victory in Thailand was not only a technical achievement for Marquez, but also proof that he is still one of the best riders in MotoGP. After several years of difficulties with Honda and his departure from the team, many doubted that he could return to the top level. But his father was always confident. "I knew Marc would be strong with Ducati. The bike is competitive and he is back at full strength," said Julia Marquez. With this kind of performance, the path to a 9th title looks increasingly open for Marquez. The absence of Jorge Martin due to injury and the adjustment of several riders to the new bike only increases his chances of dominating this season. In addition to the emotional factor, Marquez's victory is also a demonstration of technical excellence. He was able to manage tire wear very well, adjust his riding style to the strict tire pressure regulations, and still have a reserve of grip to push at the end of the race. This is what sets him apart from his rivals, who experience faster tire degradation. The Ducati GP24 is known as a bike with exceptional power and aerodynamics, but Marquez's ability to maximize its potential was the deciding factor. In the final 3 laps he built up a lead of over 2 seconds, demonstrating his superior strategy and skill. More than just a race, this victory was also a psychological blow to his opponents. After several seasons of injury and difficulties with Honda, many doubted whether Marquez still had the edge he once had. Now he has given a clear answer. For Bagnaia, the challenge is even greater. If he doesn't find a way to keep up with Marquez soon, this season could be even harder for him. Marc Marquez's sensational victory at the Thailand Grand Prix marked the start of a season full of surprises, excitement and fierce competition in MotoGP. The extraordinary action he showed on track proved that he is still one of the best riders in the world. With his impressive performance with Ducati, many are wondering if this victory will herald a new era of dominance for Marquez with his new team. Or will his rivals, such as Francesco Bagnaia, Fabio Quartararo and Jorge Martin, be able to find a strategy to challenge the champion and revive the fight for the title this season? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section.